Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, we're live and going. Let's see, let's look here. Alrighty, Miko Wolf, good morning. Glad you're here. We're back in the shop on a Wednesday, so yeah, happy to be out here. I know I didn't do one last week. Just had a lot of stuff going on last week that I needed to take care of, and Wednesday was the only day I could do it, so I did it. And then, of course, we were here Saturday for my birthday, which thank you to everybody who came out for my birthday. It was a pretty good weekend, and I'm off today, so we're back almost to the regular schedule, I guess. I won't be having to work on Saturdays like I thought I was going to be. Again, that may change later in the year, but as of right now, it's going to stay this way, the way that it has been. So that's a good thing. I would like the overtime, but oh well. But yeah, I hope you've had a great week. Miko, hope you had a good weekend. Really don't have a whole lot for today out here in the shop other than we're going to play with a Mul-T-Lock. I talked about it in my live Saturday where I'd rekeyed a Mul-T-Lock for a friend of mine, and when I put the new pins in to his Mul-T-Lock, the key would hang up on the inner pin of number 2, and so I've got that old pin. We're gonna test that theory. We're gonna key this thing up and test it out and see what's happening, if it is that pin or if it was something specific to that lock. The general consensus is it was that inner pin. But we're going to pick on one, take it apart, and then we'll look and play with this rekeying to try to get it figured out, I guess. But anyway, Miko, I think you're about the only one here today. Let's see somebody else joining in. See who else joins up. Okay, I see a few more people jumping in here now. So good morning to everybody who's jumping in. Hi, Dons. Good early morning to you. Where you are. Appreciate you popping in. James Randolph, good morning. Like I was just saying, we're going to talk about, don't look at a Mul-T-Lock. Saturday I talked about it in my live, rekeying a Mul-T-Lock. Key was getting hung up on one of the pins, so we're going to try to recreate that problem here in the shop just to see what's going on. And we're going to take this Mul-T-Lock apart and just kind of look and see what makes it unique. It's been a while since I've done a Mul-T-Lock video. Actually, the last time I did anything close to Mul-T-Lock was when Miko sent me these really cool Yardeni locks, which are Mul-T-Lock clones, except they're not pin in pin. But you can see a Mul-T-Lock key. I was thinking, no, Mul-T-Lock key doesn't go in. What was it? The Yardeni key would go into the Mul-T-Lock. Is that what we figured out that time? Yeah, the Yardeni key will go into the Mul-T-Lock, but not vice versa. Yeah. So that's what we're going to look at today. Do a little bit of picking. Maybe. I haven't picked a lock in a while, y'all. Especially not a multi-lock. So we're going to see how that goes. But I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody is doing all right this week. It's not going to be too long out here in the shop. I really didn't have anything more than this to go over. Like, the only other option was to do a shop cleaning and organizing video, and I don't know, that sounds too much like work. And for some reason, I just don't feel like going through that today. I need to soon, because I need to inventory the key wall over there and get the workbench cleaned up. You can see I've got leftovers from other projects still sitting out there. Really do need to reorganize a little bit and get some stuff cleared up, but I'll do it one of these days. Miko goes to the vet today to get shots. He likes to show up. Okay, yeah. All the kitties, my kitties, they don't like going to the vet. Especially not poor Bernoulli, which he's doing better. I still don't think we're completely out of the woods yet. Aloysius, he had a similar crisis, a few months ago. But he bounced back pretty quickly after that. Bernoulli's taken a little bit longer to bounce back. Of course, his was a little bit worse too. But yeah, they do not like going to the vet. Not at all. So good luck with that, Miko. Hopefully Miko does all right. Hopefully it won't be too much of a handful. But anyway, all right. So let's get some lighting going over here, and we'll go ahead and get the camera turned around, because I have no clue how long this is going to take me to pick. Yeah, you can see the mess over here. I really do need to get out here one day and just do a good shop cleaning day. Let me pull out here. Angle just right. That way y'all ain't looking at the back of my hand. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, so with a multi-lock, just to look at it, this is just the rim cylinder, but they come in key and knob, and you can also get them in profile cylinders. So you can put them in just about anywhere. And of course, this is what the key looks like. Y'all have seen this before. And the cool thing about the keys, of course, is the little interactive element that kind of pops up. When it goes in the right key goes in there, then it'll that'll kind of pop up and activate. And we'll look at that and what kind of makes that work, because that's sort of a different thing, but it goes in. And what I like about multi-lock is, in my area, these are not common. So you do have good key control. And another good point of key control is that you can't readily make a copy of these keys. If you had one of the little magic decoders that would go through and decode both inner and outer pins, you could do that, but you would still have to have physical access to the key. It's not like a Schlage key where you can just look at it and, say, oh yeah, that's, I can get close to that. Of course, Quickset's even easier to do that with. Good morning, Delp. Good morning, Rune. Alrighty. Sitting on the train. Cool. Alright, so let's see. For one, let's see if we can get this picked. And then, because I have picked them before, and I've picked this one in particular on camera. And I think y'all remember I tried picking it on a live a while back. It was not successful getting it on live. With Mul-T-Lock, you have to have both the inner and outer pins picked. I've got a little bit of a false set. And you use 2 picks because you want one that can kind of reach up in the middle of those pins to get the inner pins. Using kind of stout tension on these. Just trying to go through and get the outer pins set. Now, of course, as a locksmith in the field, if you had a lockout on one of these, you wouldn't spend time trying to pick it. You're going to grab the 20-volt rotary pick and drill this thing out. And then just replace it. But you're only going to do that if you have a replacement and a rekeying kit. Which rekeying kits are expensive. See if we can get up inside of here. Swing you guys around a little bit. There we go. Yeah, James, you won't be making a key from a picture of a Mul-T-Lock key, that's for sure. And I like that. And no locksmith, no legitimate locksmith is going to make a key just from measurements that you bring in. Say, hey, I measured this key, I need a copy of it, here are the measurements. No locksmith's going to do that for just a random customer. So you do have very good key control. I'm just feeling on each of these. I don't know if can't really tell if I've got all the outers set. I think my flag is a bit wee. Let's try a different one. Just trying a couple different picks. I don't have a good set of dimple picks. This is just a cheap Banggood set that I've had. And I don't, because I mean there aren't that many dimple locks around here. Okay. A lot of these outer pins are all security pins. Yeah, Ren, you would definitely know the drill points if you were doing this, as a locksmith on a lockout. Let me see. I think the issue I had last time was the tensioner, actually. Let me try, instead of this guy, let me try this guy right here. And I might be able to get a little more feedback. Plus, I'm going the opposite direction now. Okay. Getting some better clicks now. Kind of bounce the tensioner there just a little bit in case if I overset something. Okay, I think what do we have now? hung up on one pin, I think. Okay. Hey, G-Key man. Okay, 1 is loose, 2 is loose, 3, 4, 'Let's try. Trying to concentrate on these. Okay, there I basically jiggled the tensioner a little bit and I got a deeper false set, so I overset something. Morning, Ronald. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm just going to take a regular hook, and it's a very thin one. But I'm going to go up in there and see if I can't get some of these inner pins. Or see if maybe I've underset some of the outer ones. My hand didn't cramp up on me. Move a little bit of light in here. Yeah, I'm going slow. It's a dimple lock. Angle it just a little bit. Still holding tension on it so you guys can see. I think I got. How long have we been going at this now, y'all? Ten minutes? James, I did not bet that. Besides, I don't have a dress that goes with my duty belt. Duro, it's just a Mul-T-Lock interactive. One of these guys. Alright, let's try one more time in the other direction. And then I suppose I shall have to go dress shopping, according to James. Okay. Some good clicks off these outer ones again. Just looking to see what keeps getting bound up. I think I'm able to get in that way. I don't know if the flag is too short or what. Alright. We've been doing this at least 10 minutes, haven't we, guys? Picking on this. Because I want to explore the other parts, so. Alright. My hand's getting cramped up, so. Yes, I was whooped by a Mul-T-Lock on camera again. Even though I picked this one on camera before. And I remember it being actually not halfway bad to pick. Let's see. So yes, I'm calling it on this one. Just because I want to get on and look at the issue with these pins from that other lock. Let's get zoomed in here. There we go. Alrighty. So yes, I will admit I got whooped. Screwdriver bit here. Sure that, yeah, that'll fit. Alright, we'll take the cam off the back here. And if you have one of these and you're gonna gut it, then please, if you can't use the key, use it. I'm gonna move these pins up to here so I don't get them confused. And I have no clue what order these other pins are in. These are from the old lock. That one I know which one it goes into. But yeah, if you're doing one of these, just picking one for video, go ahead and save yourself some trouble and use the key to gut it. You can see here, this is what we've got. The reason I say that is if you pick it, depending on which direction you pick it, the key just helps keep the top pins from falling down in to the plug, which can be a mess. So let's talk about, you can see the pins are in here. Let me get this in a plug holder actually, just for right now. Bring this in. Okay, there we go. All right, so with the interactive, and this one I don't even think, this one doesn't even have the interactive element. So it's not going to be a fair shake to compare it to another one. Well, no, there is an interactive element here, but it is not the same as what was in the one that I was working on. So let me get these dumped out. Do one, two, three, four. So this was actually only 4 pins. Get these rearranged here so they stay in order. All right. So that's what we have as far as what we were just picking. Only 4 pins. Well, I mean 8 total counting the inner pins. But here's what I want to look at is that little interactive booger in the bottom here. You can see it pops up. And it's spring loaded in there. And basically what that does is keeps a key that would otherwise fit from fitting in here. Because the bottom of the key, it does not affect picking, but it does affect key control, because you can see if this pick were the bottom of a non-interactive key, non-multi-lock key, then it would just be solid, and this would not be able to go up, which that also deals with the inner pin on number 2, which we can see, on this one it's on number 1. On the other one, it was on number 2. So yeah, we're not going to be able to do a fair apples to apples comparison here. But you can see hopefully you can see, Yeah, okay, you can see where the inner pin there meets with that interactive bump. So it would ride up on that and be flush with it. But yeah, this is not like the one that I worked on. So we're not going to be able to do a fair comparison, which is unfortunate. I wanted to do that. And a door with kids waiting in the rain to get inside. Yeah, Rune, like I said, it would be the 20-volt rotary pick. James, this is throwing me off, honestly, with this one, because the other one was a newer style Mul-T-Lock core, and the interactive element actually lined up with number 2, chamber number 2, but there were 5 pinned chambers, and this one, I guess this is what the Mul-T-Lock Junior actually, then, since it only has 4 chambers in there. Which is interesting, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 cuts on the key, plus the interactive. The interactive, I believe, is always in the same place. This is an older Mul-T-Lock key, but it also only has 4. And it's this. Let's see. It's not quite the same keyway, but you can see how it lines up like that. Like this one actually does not go in to this lock. It won't go in because of that ramp right there. There's extra warding. Just like this one doesn't go in all the way for this lock. So it does have different warding in it. Well, I suppose I need to get a newer Mul-T-Lock to play with. Let's see. It lifts the element in the key above the top of the key, making it impossible for a copy to lift the key pin to shear. Yes. What Rune said, James, about the interactive element. Yes. It will push up that interactive pin and makes it to where it because this one, that first cut doesn't even come into play here. So you can see where that first cut is bored out. So Rune, this would be what, the Mul-T-Lock Junior? Because I mean, everything else, you can see how everything lines up, except this first cut here doesn't have anything above it. I've never like taken the time to look at that really before. Because this chamber does line up with the interactive element, which is right here. And so that bump, like Rune was saying, the bump on the bottom lifts that little bit up enough to be able to lift that inner pin up to the shear line, like so. But in the lock that I have, that first cut right there doesn't have anything up top. Interesting. See, like this key, which came out of, this was the old key to lock I rekeyed, it fits perfectly fine as well. I mean, now it's a different cut, but even for the interactive element, it should be the same. However, on the newer one, the one that I rekeyed, there was a protrusion inside as well as outside. There was a little captive, like little conical pin in the bottom here that would, if there was room for it to move vertically into the plug, it would allow the plug to turn. This one doesn't have that, so I need to get a new Mul-T-Lock core like that. Okay. The Junior that you have doesn't have an interactive element. Okay. Might be for an inside door, like Ruco 1 key for different security levels. Yeah, that might be. I really wish Bill Bacardi was here right now, because he's the one who sent me this lock. And he is pretty much Mr. Mul-T-Lock. He deals with them every day. He cuts, and repins. I think he was telling me the other day he does at least like 50 or 60 Mul-T-Lock keys per day, in just a regular day. So it's really, really big in his area. But I will ask him about this at some point to see if I can't get an explanation. Let's go ahead and put it back together, because the one that I rekeyed also, like when I would have the key out of it, but all the chambers populated, it would go in to my plug holder, or it actually would only go up to about there in my plug holder. Then I would have to put the key in to retract that bottom element and then let it turn. So I don't know. I need to take a Mul-T-Lock class. Really? So yeah, we'll put this guy back together so we don't lose anything. Kind of sucks I wasn't able to do the little experiment I wanted to, because with this being different, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how close they are. I guess it's the same pins. As you can see, everything's here on the shear line. Pull it out. We've got a pretty good ways here on this first one. It's set really deep down in there. Second one's not so deep. Third one's deep. And the fourth one is kind of deep. So that might give us a clue into picking. Maybe. Put the key back in. And put the plug back in. Go. That's one of those where you want some finesse to insert and remove it. Okay. Use the same Ruco key for 6, 10, and 16 pin cylinder. Wow, that's pretty cool, Rune. I like that. James, I would love to, and I think he would be willing if he could get enough time away from work, because he works just about every Saturday now. But I will talk to him. I'm going to give him a shout later on today, actually, about this. And just to see if he can give me the knowledge about it. Because I was assuming, and we know what assume means. It makes an ass out of you and me. So I'm going to try to just pick his brain and get the knowledge about this one, to where I can know what the heck I'm talking about before I do another video like this. Yeah, one is so deep because it is interactive. Yeah, that's going to be one thing Bill did teach me, is the interactive pin is going to be the shortest length pin, but the deepest, like one of the deepest cuts, because it's pushing up from the bottom as well as down from the top, so you have to match it in there just right to get the shear line. I'm going to chunk this up in here just to see if I have any joy on it. I doubt that I will, because I've never gotten this one picked. I think a lot of it has to do with my tensioning, actually. Because do I have another one of those? Well, I know I do. It's just whether or not I can find it at the moment. Sorry, y'all, I'm looking through the bag of tricks. Not sure if it's there or around here. Dang it. Where did that go? Not over there. Shoot. Yeah, I must have left it somewhere else. Yep. I was looking to see if I could find another one of these tensioners, because I know I've got another one. Shoot. Now, James, I really don't have any lipstick that goes with anything. Oh, Lord. Y'all gonna get me into a scene that I've not seen in years. I'm not gonna give this one nearly as much time as what I did the other. Because this one is actually master keyed. And apparently that makes them harder to pick. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'll lube the crap out of it. Yeah, rune, yeah, you can't have, as much of a height difference in pins. because unless if you have like a really, really thick key blade, this one ain't doing it, y'all. Yeah. James, just wait and see if I ever wear lipstick again. But yeah, like what Rune's saying is you can have that's a crappy Schlage key. Like with a dimple, you can only go up and down so much because of the thickness of this blade. You know, go up and down without coming through the other side. Whereas, you know, with a key like this, you can have so much height difference. And so you can have a lot more key differs in a key like that as opposed to a dimple lock, you know, which limits you by the thickness of the blade of the key. So that is a disadvantage to dimples locks, but you know, again, the advantage that you get is that you know, you have the key control a little bit more. It also makes it harder to get measurements on those keys surreptitiously. So let's get repositioned here. Told y'all it wasn't gonna be that long. I'm crooked. No, I'm not crooked like that. I'm crooked. The camera's crooked. There we go. All right. So, yeah. Well, I learned something today. Did y'all learn anything? I learned to do some research before you go into something. Holy crap. Sorry, one of the support timbers for what used to be the porch on the front of the shop is about ready to fall over right now. Looking at it just out the window. Of course, the porch has been rotted out for a while. But I may need to go like put some elbow grease into that before it actually falls over, tears something up. I mean, it's not falling in a direction that it could really tear something up, but I don't want it hitting something underneath the shop like when it kicks out. Yeah, key control is all about restricted blanks too. Which, I mean, Mul-T-Lock you can get the blanks for because there's a lot of open keyways, you know, common open keyways for Mul-T-Lock. Again, in my area, in my specific geographical location, you just don't see Mul-T-Lock that often. So you would have to go elsewhere, like outside of the area. If you had Mul-T-Lock, you would have to go to a locksmith that's located in an area that does Mul-T-Lock, which, from speaking with Tyler Thomas, he does a lot of Mul-T-Lock in Atlanta, which is only about 4 hours southwest of here. So I mean, it's close by, and I'm sure there's some places that do Mul-T-Lock around Charlotte. But I've been to a number of places in and around Charlotte, and I've not seen Mul-T-Lock on anything yet in the last 4.5 years that I've really been looking and paying attention. It's actually just like last week when one of the errands I had to run, I had to go to my credit union, and they've just got regular Schlage on the doors. At least at some other banks like Wells Fargo and SunTrust and Bank of America, I've seen they actually have, Medico or ASA um, on their doors, but yeah, not at mine. Maybe I should go upsell them one day. When I have the stuff to. But just received your horoscope camera. James, your horoscope camera? Like if you're a Gemini or something, it'll be able to see that? I believe you mean borescope camera. Like, looking down a bore. Am I right? I hope so. Because if you have a horoscope camera, then you can see in my future that I am not wearing lipstick. Hey Chuck, we're hanging in there today. Borescope. There you go, James. That's what I thought. Gotta love smartphones or tablets or whatever you're watching on. Yeah, actually, just getting ready to wrap it up. Yeah, Rune, he can see the future, see the past, all that good stuff. James, you could, if you had a horoscope camera, you could, offer to sell people snapshots of what they have coming to them. You could fund all of us then. Oh Lord. Alrighty, guys, it's getting close to lunchtime. For Rune, I think it's getting close to dinner time. I think Dawn and Dalp have dropped out. Oh Lord. I used to, whenever we would get an actual newspaper, or whenever I would get my hands on it, I'd always look for the horoscope from my horoscope from like the day before or the week before, just to see how accurate it had been. It's decent advice. Generalized decent advice. Yeah, Rune, absolutely, the lottery numbers would be perfectly fine if they were accurate. If we could get that like a couple days in advance, then I think we'd be able to fund like a world lock tour or something like that. Oh me. All right, guys. So I'm gonna jump off here. It's close to lunchtime and or dinner time. I think Dalp and Don's have gone to bed. I don't blame them. The kitty alarm clock went off at 4:30 this morning. I managed to hit snooze until 5. Yeah, they have adjusted to their feeding times. Yeah, James, you would have thought they'd have seen that coming, Oh Lord. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna jump off of here, pack my stuff back up, and go make a call to Bill Picardi at some point today and figure out what it is I've got on my hands here, and maybe in the future I can source another Mul-T-Lock, like a newer Mul-T-Lock core, and really show you guys what was going on with that. But anyway, yeah, so let's go get some lunch, y'all. I think it's hot dogs for me today for lunch. Hot dogs for lunch, and then doing some sliders for dinner tonight. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. this Saturday, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Rune, I will hit you up on direct message about us maybe doing a live Saturday sometime in the future. I'll let you know kind of how that works. And then I'm not sure, again, I'm not sure what we're going to do this Saturday. Because I really haven't talked to anybody about coming in to guest. Or, you know, if we do something standalone. Which if we do something standalone and I don't have anybody else join in, which I mean that's fine. I don't mind doing that. I just kind of need a plan as far as what to do. So if there's something that y'all would like to see Saturday, please let me know. You know, hit me up through direct message, leave a comment on this video later. Send me a Twitter message, text message, whatever, and we'll figure it out. I've got 2 days to figure it out. So, anyhow, everybody, pick the multi. You know, Rune, I may do another video of that, just a standalone video, not a live, of me picking that, because this is the second time that I have failed picking this thing on live, even though I picked it well before, like a long time ago in my video library. I picked it, but it may be time to pick it again. So anyway, all right guys, well, y'all have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. We will see y'all Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Please, again, hit me up if you have any requests, suggestions, comments, rude remarks. And we'll see what we can get figured out for Saturday. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you next time. Maybe I'm cutting myself off doing a classic LPP sign off.